Hey guys, my name is Ryan and welcome to Overwatch Central. Today I want to talk about a few topics regarding Mercy, her state in the meta, and also just some big contradictions into how she plays, what Blizzard wanted from these changes, that kind of stuff. Before I get started though, I want to pose a question. I'd say personally that the support category is the healthiest that it's ever been, so I wanted to ask whether you think it's a coincidence that the support meta is so diverse, with Mercy also being bad. Do you feel that they're somewhat connected, that if Mercy was a lot better, the support meta would be a lot less diverse? That's a question that I just want to pose at the start of this video. Do let us know what you think in the comments. Almost 3 months ago, Mercy was nerfed with her output healing completely reduced, from 60 healing per second to 50. And the reason why I wanted to bring that up is because of the developer comments. These Reddit comments were highlighted on r/competitive Overwatch, with somebody posting how, based off what Blizzard said themselves, they would have to admit that Mercy is somewhat undertuned and could do with a form of buff. They listed a few quotes, but I actually found another one myself that does relate to what was said here, and so I wanted to add this, but also my own opinion. The first developer comments that I want to go over came from those patch notes. Mercy's previous healing output made her nearly impossible to replace in any team composition. Even after these changes, she will still be able to deliver more healing over the course of a match than any other support hero. This change could allow for other healers to be more viable picks, and I'll go over those two quotes in a second. But first I want to highlight something that was also said from a developer post going over balance changes to supports, the one that was highlighted on Reddit. Mercy is intended to be able to consistently pump out more healing than any other healer over the course of a match. Reducing her healing output will close the gap a little, but she will still maintain her status as the go-to pick for raw healing power. Now, regardless of whether you like Mercy or not, please leave that prejudice by the door, because I think that this does highlight an interesting aspect. We have 3 quotes here talking about Mercy should be able to deliver more healing over the course of a match than any other support hero, but she doesn't. We could sort of even look at this from an Omnic meta report, and you could sort of see on average Moira outheals Mercy and Ana isn't too far behind. Lucio also had the buff when Mercy got nerfed, which enabled him to heal a lot more than he used to. And this is a patch analysis that came out about 3 weeks after these changes went out on the PTR. So Moira players are playing her a lot more, are better at her. Ana is being played a lot more, players are getting used to playing her too. Mercy on average heals about 10% less than she used to, going from this report too. Ana and Lucio can heal more. Moira, Zenyatta, Brigitte weren't changed. At least their healing output wasn't. So it is a bit of a contradiction on Blizzard's part. The reason why I say that is because they say Mercy should easily be the best healer in the game when it comes to raw healing output, yet it doesn't. Whilst you might say, well, Mercy's healing's about the same as Moira's or Ana's, I don't see the problem here, it's just as good. But what Moira and Ana bring more to the fight is more utility. Mercy is a healing or damage boosting bot, whereas Moira can do a little bit more, and Ana of course can do so much with the grenade and of course the ultimates. Valkyrie isn't a bad ultimate by any stretch, but it often feels underwhelming and doesn't really change the flow of a fight in a lot of cases. Not like a good Coalescence or Nano Boost can, but again, not to say that those are OP ultimates in themselves. I like the fundamental idea that Blizzard have around what they want to do with Mercy, that she is just a sort of gateway healer that can do a lot. In the right hands, you can do some amazing stuff with her, but generally, Mercy is all about being the raw healing output character. Damage boost is there if you want to use it, but even in Blizzard's own words, Mercy should be the highest healing support, but she's currently losing out to characters that do so much more in other different areas. This does bring us on to the big conversation of, does Mercy need buffing? I think you could up her healing per second by 5 instead of 10, what it used to be before, and you'd be fine, but I don't really want to talk about the buffs themselves, because I know that you guys will have better ideas, and there's lots of talks about having a skill-based ability, having a different ultimate. For me, I don't really want to talk about that. One group of people is saying that Mercy is currently undertuned, be it Mercy one tricks, Mercy players, even myself would say that Mercy, in comparison to the other supports when it comes to healing, is lackluster. But then you have another group of people saying, I don't like the hero, she ruined the meta for a while, all of the players that play her are incapable and bad, so I don't care if she's bad. I don't want to see her buffed. And I'm not here to try and cause an argument between both sides, I'm just pointing out Blizzard's own reasoning, but they did this with Roadhog 2 in the past. So the example with Roadhog is that they didn't like the old hook because they didn't like the ability to one-shot certain targets, being able to hook them, pull them in, kill them, that kind of stuff. So they nerfed a lot of how Roadhog works with the hook, and also his primary fire and how much damage he can do to a target that he's just hooked. So they changed a lot to do with Roadhog, how his hook works, how much damage he can do on a target that's close up. It didn't pull the target as close as it used to, and so targets that he would one-shot before with a hook, shoot, melee combination, he couldn't do it anymore. And then they released Doomfist, who of course can one-shot plenty of targets. And we pointed out that big contradiction way back when, and I feel that this is another big one of Blizzard saying themselves, we want Mercy to provide the most healing, but she doesn't. Not to mention that Mercy has the lowest win rate out of all of the characters for Grandmaster, Master, and also Diamond. Effectively, the higher you go in rank, the worse Mercy gets and the better Anna gets. But in general, there isn't really a lot of reason to be playing Mercy unless you enjoy playing her. I felt that it was really worth addressing some aspects of this. After Stylos and One Amongst Many bringing it up last week, I felt that it was also worth iterating that fact. If it was any other hero in the game, we would have brought this up, so I feel that even for Mercy, it's worth adding that she just isn't in a really good spot right now. And certainly with the Reddit post highlighting how undertuned she is, going over what they said about Mercy in developer patch notes, I really wanted to reiterate that, much like we did with the Roadhog changes over a year and a half ago. Regardless of whether you love or hate Mercy, you have to admit there's a bit of a problem here, where Blizzard say she should have this and she just doesn't. But I am curious to hear what you guys think in the comments below. Please do keep it civil. I know every single time that Mercy gets brought up, people like to rant and shout, and it's just not necessary for this discussion. All I want to look at the fact is Blizzard have effectively letting down this hero, and I'm really curious to see what they're going to do to fix it, without hopefully changing the game surrounding the meta for too long again. Fingers crossed anyway. Thanks for watching, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and until next time, take care, we'll see you then.